I got into the space because we had a personal experience where we had to navigate long-term care for one of my family members. And so that made me pivot my career from aerospace into healthcare. I've been in the healthcare space for a little over a decade, specialized in machine learning, AI, and I realized, it's been over a decade and I thought someone would solve this problem for families, be more compassionate, but I didn't quite see anything that I thought was really helping their outcomes. So that's why I built the company. I did hundreds of hours of interviews with families to make sure that my personal experience on the topic, where when my aunt was diagnosed with terminal stage colon cancer, and for a little over 2 years, she drastically had a reduction in her ability to be independent. We had to help her out with her, ADLs and changing her, taking care of her. Like it happened really fast, and all of us had to step in, and it was really devastating for us and brutal from a physical caregiving standpoint. We had to step in for that care. We didn't know any other resources. We spent a lot of money out of pocket because healthcare actually doesn't cover anything that's long-term care oriented, or in our case, additionally cancer treatments, but long-term care itself is a 6-digit figure event. So it's really expensive, and it really tore my family apart because everyone had such a strong opinion about what the best form of care for her would look like. So I wanted to make sure that our experience, I got the core themes of that correct. That's why I interviewed these families. And a lot of families were just like, well, there's no way we could predict it ahead of time. So we're going to deal with it when we deal with it. Like, my mom's getting really old. I think I'm going to have to take care of it. But, how am I supposed to prep? So I'm just going to let it happen. But if you build some care coordination resources once it happens, and that would be perfect for me. And so I knew that reactive reactive services is what families were looking for. But I kind of listened to that, and I thought, actually, what you potentially need, and what I wish I had, was someone who talked to me ahead of time, found a way to help me prep ahead of time so that I'd have better outcomes. Because when you do it reactively, you can't change your outcomes that much. And so the AI helps us predict your default trajectory and how you could actually change your trajectory on the event.
So usually, I'm big on real estate, which you were talking about off camera a little bit. But when you presented this to me, I was blown away. I thought it was amazing that there's someone else coming in from a different angle, the healthcare angle, and how to be preventative and soften the burden of what it can be for family members, both physically, emotionally, and financially.
This is an incredibly real and prevalent event. If you think you're going to age, which is inevitable, as you said, this is an event that your grandparents are currently going through, your parents, and even yourself. And I'll add some financial numbers, which is it's a 6-digit figure event right now. If you estimate, it's about $174,000 out of pocket. Wow. That includes family steps in statistically in 91% of these situations.
So that number could only go higher if the family is not stepping in.
And this isn't normal inflation rate. The inflation rate of healthcare, long-term care falls into this, is around 5.5% or 6% inflation rate. So if you decide to wait, then the future dollars are going to be insanely more expensive. So if you wait 12 years, your initial number, if it was 100K, it's now going to be 200K. It's going to double. So if you were to think about this strategy today and try to invest a small bit of sum, or allocate that sum towards it, that has a massive impact on if you think your monthly contribution towards this event. It could be anywhere, if you start today, $300, to, if you wanted to wait 5 or 10 years, now easily becomes $600 in monthly contribution towards it to get it right. And so just wanted to add that.